Greetings and welcome to CRT Gaming Podcast, episode number 40. Osman.
Oh yeah.
This is Jones, and with me tonight is my good friend Dazpick. And normally we'd have Mr. Gohan in the mix with us, but he is on indefinite leave. He's been drafted to battle in some army to he's saving hunger. I think that's what he's doing.
He's shining
Save
his
hunger.
Super Saiyan locks.
He's doing something important, maybe.
with Jack Lazen.
Jack Lazen's man is not to be trusted, that we've learned. Yeah, so basically we're waiting for him to pick a Neo Geo game for us to play, and he's MIA for a few weeks, so we're just gonna, check out some games that we haven't played before, or that
Sally
haven't
forth.
played. And we're gonna sally forth on through this, and came across the internet article. It was like 10 games that never had a home port that you need to play, and I saw this game called Osman, and it kind of looked a little Strider-like, and I said, let's go for it. So we dove in.
Yeah, we did.
So, lo and behold, this game actually was made by ex-Capcom staff, that did Strider. So it's technically the spiritual successor to Strider in a lot of ways. But without getting into it, did you get a Strider vibe at all from this game?
Oh yeah, definitely a Strider vibe. Not the crazy cloaked master that was in the original game, but it was yeah. Definitely not that part, but yeah, the movement and all that was very Strider-ish. But it was cool, man. It's cool until some shit later in the game, but it was cool. I did enjoy it.
Yeah, we gotta save that for a little later. We gotta save that.
Yeah. We're saving that little chestnut. But yeah, overall, yeah, definitely a Strider vibe. But it's cool. And his MC Hammer pants, and he's just ready to rock out with his multicolor changing MC Hammer pants.
Yeah, that's how you determine your power level. It's through the color of your jammies that you have on.
That's how I tell.
Yeah, because like Strider was kind of like like a futuristic, like Russia type place.
Yeah, very.
And this one's kind of more of like an Arabian cyberpunk thing.
Yeah.
Which it was cool. I thought it looked really cool. It was really fun that I like playing an old game like this that I've never played before. That was actually, like a cool game. So usually you kind of like to think you played everything cool, but apparently that's not the case.
You missed a few.
Yeah, missed one. And a lot of the things that were very reminiscent of Strider, or that made me, I could see how this was like a Strider, made by the same people, or at least trying to rip it off.
All the cheap shots. That was one. That was what I saw.
There's some cheap shots, but it did you had like the clinging onto platforms above you, and climbing around them was very Strider. The slide,
the sliding, the running and the somersaulting.
Yeah, that one level into the start of the second level or into the second level. It's quick in the game, but it's just
and it even tells you, it gives you direction, unlike Strider.
Yeah, it's like you're gonna run down this hill and you're gonna jump. It's gonna be just like Strider. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. Didn't have the giant robo jungle beasts, but it did have some voluptuous statuesque people that were attacking you.
It had some large sprites. There were some pretty
did.
beefy sprites in it at times.
And, yeah, like this. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm watching it right now at the same time, and yeah, I can't even describe what it is. But yeah, it's definitely had some large sprites. But I want to describe this so bad. There's this, you're in like a circular thing, and there's a dude flying around that's on fire. But behind him, there's a guy or a woman statue or something that's like T-posing almost, but their legs are spread, and there was fire dropping from between their legs. So it's like, okay.
Wow, there's no cure for that in the future either, I guess.
Yeah, man, it was cool. I really liked it. It was interesting, that again, it's not a direct Strider thing, but in Strider you had a sword. In this, you just had your feet, man, just feet and toes, and maybe a few punches in there, but you were just swinging like crazy.
Had to upgrade them hands and feet. That's about all you really had. Well, you did get like and your jammies. You got like as you upgraded, like you could upgrade like 4 times. You would gain like a shadow character. A lot like Ninja Spirits. It worked a lot like Ninja Spirits, which I thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, I used it just as badly.
Like I said, if you played it a lot, you could, I'm sure it's key into getting through this game, a lot better than the first couple times that you've played it. As far as positioning your characters to do the damage that you do. But
that's for sure.
But it did like another one of the Strider things was the kind of like the object that has like gravity, where it kind of like sucks you into its orbit around it. That was total like Strider like.
It was a very Strider moment. Yeah, a lot of the platforming and just the way everything's set up. I mean, it's very much like the Russia levels in Strider. It's different enough though.
Yeah, I mean, cool stuff in it, like its own.
You're fighting tigers, man.
Totally fighting tigers, man.
I 2 of them.
Power dunking tigers because I'm catching them, dropping them. Did you get the hang of doing that in it, where you could catch an enemy and power dunk them to the ground?
Oh, I thought I did. I thought I did once, but it turned out that the enemy was just grabbing me and swinging me down to the ground. I had it backwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I got dunked.
It was kind of cool. I didn't get like the super hang of it, but I did experiment with it a little bit, and you could dunk the tigers. So that was kind of
That's
cool.
awesome. Yeah, I kind of just had them both on one side of me, and then they would jump over to the other side. So I just kind of ducked and just kicked the shit out of them. So that worked out. But yeah, that was cool. And the gravity level, yeah. So yeah, I mean, apparently this guy really likes a very specific things in his games.
Yeah,
very specific. Inclines, running, anti-gravity levels. It's golden, guys. It's gold. I'm telling you.
Story about an oppressive government that makes no sense. With bad demon god thing at the end.
And Strider, you would slice people in half. There was very few people you actually fought. It was always like larger robots and stuff. But if you sliced them, you'd like split in 2. And this, when you kick them, they just exploded a bloody spray, which is pretty awesome. I was very impressed.
That was nice.
Yeah. Viscera, big fan. And yeah, they did the thing where when you get to a boss fight, you'd have like a close-up image of the boss while he's talking to you. And the way all that stuff was handled was really cool. Just stylistically. Cool. I like that. The animations are on point. I mean, they're really good. Sadly, like the music's really cool, but the soundboard sucked or something, because it was all kind of low. It was really compressed and kind of scratchy. But it was good stuff. So it was a little unfortunate.
Yeah,
but
the music was limited, but what was playing was good stuff.
yeah.
'Cause I love the monk chant techno
Yeah.
beat loop that kicks in when you get towards the boss.
Yeah.
I could
loved
listen
all
to that forever.
Yeah, if it was just, if it wasn't on such a, if it wasn't so compressed, it would sound pretty awesome. Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah, I mean that the animation, the hit sounds were very, very much from this time. I think every fighting game at the time that this probably came out used that hit sound. Whoever made it shopped that thing around to everybody because it was in everything. I think Shinobi or Shadow Dancer used it when you punch somebody. Yeah, everybody had that damn hit sound. It's a good one too, but it's just like, I don't recognize that one.
Yeah, definitely. They did. You could also kind of like in Strider when you jump, you would essentially jump. This one you could actually kind of steer yourself in the air, like after you jump, like a more traditional platformer game.
Yeah,
And
you didn't just plummet to your death if you missed shit.
and I felt this one, although it didn't have a ton of it, I think it was more platformy than Strider, like with
Oh,
the
for
little,
sure.
bounce pads and stuff like that in it.
Yeah, definitely was. I mean, yeah, it definitely was for good or bad. It was definitely more of it.
But it had a lot of like little weird kind of like cool touches in it. Like I like the I'm not gonna try to make heads or tails of what's actually happening in this story, but I think the what's the federal agent? You said his name earlier. The
Dan Travers or something.
lazy gunman or something like that. What was his name?
Lazum or something like that. Yeah.
Jack Lazem. That's his
Yeah,
name.
that's it.
Yes, I
Jack
guess he, like,
Lazum.
is he like working for this guy or something, and then like he betrays you,
Yeah,
and
that's the impression I got.
then like I thought it was kind of cool. You started a level off and you're like chained up in the desert, like on a
Yeah,
rock.
that was
It's
cool.
kind of Mad Maxy.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
And then, yeah, Jack has a bad day.
Yeah, he paid for his, that trifling
Indiscretions.
stuff he did. Yes.
Yeah, he got split in twain. He
The ultimate
It was-
price.
it was pretty awesome. And then the matron comes for you.
Well, that's like Abdullah the slaver. Like that sounds like a terrible god name. They're gonna do something. The slaver.
Let me
it's
ask
like
you this. That one boss that comes up to you and it says, well, you already died. And it shows you like all these levels. Do you remember where you died? I picked like some desert level or some other level. I don't remember. And it takes you there and then you fight the boss. But then I kicked his ass. So obviously I didn't die there. But I mean, it gives you basically like a level select.
Okay, I didn't know it was actually. I didn't know what was happening there. I know the part you're talking about, but I didn't know I could choose which one to go into.
Yeah, you could. There was 3 different options, and you can pick one.
That's pretty cool, then.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that's pretty neat. I'll go back and check that out. Wilf.
I have to go through it again. Because like I said, I did really like this game. We'll get to the reason someone may not like it here in a minute.
Yeah.
I thought the graphics, like I said, they were great. I really thought the one level where it's got like a, like sub-pirate type theme level where like there's this big giant like blue wave.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that was really bright and colorful, and it was animated pretty well.
And the platform stays under you all the time.
Yes, as it should.
As it should, because Strider would just disappear the platform on your ass, but this one it stayed on you, and I was jumping around like I'm hesitant to jump because I was like, this thing's gonna screw me up. I don't trust this platform.
No.
And no, it stays with you the whole time, so you could just jump around and kick some ass. I was very pleased.
Yeah, and like I said, you can, like quarter feed your way through this game. I'm sure it's much more enjoyable. Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. So it is like if you're watching gameplay now, this is like the second time I ever played the game. So not the best footage, but I can see getting better at it through time. But then you reach a point where instead of just continuing when you die, you're starting over. And this part is a soul crusher. It
is. It broke me. I gave it the finger at that point because I was playing it, and I was like, okay, cool. I'll just blast through this part. 'Cause I could tell it was getting near the end, and then I get to a point and I died, and I was like, shit. All right, and then it started me over. I was like, what? And I was like, okay. Well, let me figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do here. And I started getting a little better. And there's just so many enemies. And there's cars dropping on you. And there's flaming chicks flying around, throwing fireballs at you. And
Tutankhamun head things. They're more of Easter Island heads, but they're regardless. They're these head things. And they suck.
And then if you get through all that by using your supers to get through it, then there's a boss at the top. You get through that guy, and then there's another boss.
There's another boss. I'm like, dude,
like, what?
I gotta do all this with one guy?
Yeah, one freaking guy. And it got to
the flying fire chicks are like the biggest pain in the butt.
Dude, the pain in the ass.
They're sucking your life.
Yeah, and they hit you. Oh, I had one where she threw a fireball, and I happened to get hit, and I was falling straight down. And the fireball was basically inside my body while it was invincible. And so then as I was falling, I was getting hit by it when the invincibility wore off, and it just killed me as I just got drained the whole way down. I was like, come on, man. So, yeah, that one got to a point of diminishing returns where I just wasn't getting any better. It was only getting worse. And, I had to call it there, but you powered through that shit, so props to you, man. That was
I would not be beaten. I was close to quitting a couple times, but because like you get hit once, like at the beginning, and it's just jump off the stage. It's like I need it. Yeah, I need it. I need all my life. I need my supers.
Everything.
I need my shadows.
All 4 hits. Yeah, that's.
Well, what's crazy is that's the only part in the game like that. Like the last boss isn't that way. Anything after that, this one little section is the. I could only imagine playing this in the arcade and come to that.
Oh my god, dude, I'd be so pissed. You pumped however many dollars in to get to that point, and then you get there and it's like,
you can't buy your way out of this.
Yeah, you're gonna have to learn. And yeah, that shit was raw. But tell us about what happens after that.
Yeah, well, like you get through it, and you end up kind of like fighting like a mirror version of yourself, which is kind of cool.
That was really cool.
Which actually, some of the stuff that you come to are kind of like these weird, like transparent drawings of like human anatomy, kind of like on DMT. So like some of the art's kind of, I don't know, it wouldn't seem out of place on like a Tool album cover.
Yeah, I concur.
So that's pretty cool. So you do that, and then you end up kind of doing some getaway running, do like a little boss melee fight, and then it takes you to the grand boss, the Abdullah the Slaver, which turns out to be like Jim and the Holograms. I stand by this because this was in the 90s. This had to be inspired by it. She's got earrings that look like CDs. That's Jim. And so you take her down, and then then all of a sudden you're like Leonardo DiCaprio in Titanic. You're like king of the world,
But there was no door to share with your crazy chick that wouldn't share the space with the door.
No, you killed her. This is a much better ending.
It's the real ending. She dies.
That's the end, though. You're just like, I'm king of the world.
I'm it, man. I killed everybody. I'm the boss.
I'm the boss.
It was a solid game, man. It was, except for that one part that was just so full of bullshit. Other than that, it was really, really cool, especially for, again, like you said, something I've never played, never heard of, never saw it in an arcade.
Version exist. How's it? Because it's a solid enough game that I don't see how that never happened. It must be some kind of, like copyright issue, or maybe, it's in limbo where it's,
Capcom's lawyers.
Well, whoever, Mitchell Corp, somewhere is just sitting on it. But
waiting for the right time to release it.
Osman 2. It was PlayStation 6 launch time. They're working on it now. It was cool. It was a cool, I don't know, like journey on, playing something.
Yeah, so, I have to agree. I was very pleasantly surprised. And again, I mean, the look of it, the sounds, I mean, aside from it being, really compressed, I mean, it was awesome, man. It was fun, except for that one level, which made me punch a baby. It was bad, but other than that, it was really good, man. And watching Dan meet his demise was worth the price of admission. That was quite a great moment in gaming. Didn't see that happening.
That was a violent end to an evil man.
Yeah, just like, oh shit, this took a turn. Really, really enjoyed that. So, yeah, cool.
So, like, I don't know. We'll give it a rating since we never played it before. Like, and I think we'll rate it in this, like in the genre of, like older arcade games. Since that's what it was. So, what kind of rating would you give this if you could go back in time and play it during? It was like 96, so a little bit after the first Strider.
I'd say 7 or 8, man. I mean, like I said, up until that one level, I was really enjoying it. After that, I would have been really pissed off. Like I said, as pissed off as I was because I wasn't getting any better. But I mean, that's also on me because I'm playing this when my hand-eye coordination is not what it used to be. So, yeah, definitely a 7 or 8.
Yeah, that's totally fair. It's an above-average game. So
for sure.
It's a totally
for sure.
Fair score. No, I agree with you. I give 7 or 8. Good game.
Yeah, man. Good game. Good call.
So I dug this feather out of the cap, and since we're still in the Gohan limbo, you said you'd come up with something for us to check out and play for next week. So what'd you come up with, sir?
Well, we went through when we were doing some of the old Sega games, and we played a lot of the good old Sega hits. But there was one that never came out on the home consoles, ever. Not the true version of it. And it's quite a good arcade game. That is Golden Axe 2, The Revenge of Death Adder. freaking love that game, and I'm just watching people's faces get burned off is one of the best things in gaming, in my opinion. I love that shit. And yeah, man, I think we need to plow through that one, man. That's a solid fun time. And anytime that we can take some time out of our day to kick Death Adder's ass, I'm good with that.
I don't know if I've ever beat this game. So yeah, Death Adder's got to go down.
Yeah, man.
So, like I said, if I did, it was in the arcade eons ago, and that I can't recall the ending to it off the top of my head. So,
and see, that's another thing. This was one of those games that you didn't see very often in the arcade.
No, it was rare. It was rare.
Yeah, like I remember seeing it in one arcade that was not in town. And I was like, oh shit, this is that sequel that I've never freaking played. And I sat down and played it for a bit, but I don't think I finished it at that point. But yeah, it's really freaking good, man. It's really good. So yeah, I wanna plow through that one, man. It's good shit.
Sounds good, man.
All right.
So I guess stay tuned to next week, and we're gonna check out Golden Axe 2: The Revenge of Death Adder.
Yeah.
So with no Gohan on board, we will.
We have no go.
Forth. So until then, this is Jones with Dazpick, and we are signing out.
Later, suckers.
Later.
Game over, yeah!